Hey, this is JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's May 27th, 2025. Looking up at Mount Rainier. I know this is not in the Central Mountains, but this has been consuming a lot of my last week. That's why I haven't heard from me in a while. Had some pretty good conditions for the lower half of the mountain, pretty bad up top as we were in that lenticular cloud. And if you're still enjoying this broadcast, we ask you to do a one-time donation, or even better, sign up for that monthly sustaining membership. Highlights for this week. We're going to be mostly sunny throughout the week as we have an upper level ridge. However, there are a couple of storms that are going to go up and over that ridge into our area. They're going to be really isolated rain showers, maybe some thunder on Wednesday. Besides that, it's going to be nice weather. And we're going to get into the 80s throughout the week. By Saturday, it's going to be pushing into the upper 80s. Going to feel a lot like summer. Friday and Saturday are looking pretty splitter with clear blue skies. All right, talk about snowpack. This is the closest we're going to get to the backcountry breakdown today. I'm pretty much ready to be done with that. This is looking at the Wood River Snowtail sites. We're pretty much tapped out to zero on those. And 6% of the median running average for the last 30 years. So the black line is current year, green line is the 30-year average. You can see it was melting off pretty fast and furious during the first couple weeks of May with that high pressure, and then kind of slowed down a little bit with that cooler weather. But we're pretty running on E right now, snow. So well below for moisture. And this is looking at the salmon side, the Sawtooth Valley. You can see we're still holding on to snow a couple stations over there. I think that's Vienna that's really holding on to it. We're at 46%. Just give you another view of this. So all the red stations are below 50%. Vienna is hanging on at 61. That's kind of those basin plots I showed you before. That's like an average of 6 to 8 of these weather stations that are sectored into basins. So the snow's melting quick is the bottom line out there. Current temperatures this morning in the 50s in the Wood River Valley, the 30s over in Stanley. Mountaintops are sitting pretty warm in the low 40s. So this is looking at the satellite. We have this big upper level trough in the Gulf of Alaska and have this ridge right here over us. And it's going to be building over the next couple of days, but this moisture and clouds are going to spill over the top. So that's why we're not going to have the clear blue skies until Friday, Saturday, when this high pressure system is more overhead. Looking at those showers, it's mostly going to be later in each day. You can see there's just a couple specks over there in the boulders, mostly over in the Lost River range, and they're not even really big cells. And then tomorrow afternoon, chance kind of in Ketchum to have one little spotty shower. Looks like it could just be Virga though. A lot of times when you just have those lighter blue hues, it's just moisture falling from the sky but doesn't make it, so we call that Virga. Makes some pretty good, cool cloud patterns out there. All right, looking at potential for thunderstorms, we're kind of sitting in the 10 to 20% chance for the eastern mountains there. It's the Pioneers and Boulders. And yeah, not even really registering for Wednesday, so pretty good for that. Looking at the 500 millibar clusters here, you have that big area. All the warm colors are going to be that high pressure, nice weather. And we're going to have that until Thursday, where it kind of might spill over here with this little shortwave trough that comes through. So shortwave trough's just like a little system, not very big. Then we have this bigger low that forms for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's going to bring us some more significant rain and thunder showers and cooler temperatures, but that won't be starting up until at the earliest Sunday night into Monday. And taking a little bit closer view, upper level ridge here, you can see where that moisture really starts to kind of spill over more on Thursday right here with that short wave trough. And then we get some nice curved ridging. All that jet stream is staying more to the north of us until that trough comes through Sunday afternoon, and that low starts to build in through next week and sit over us, bringing us weather. Yeah, and that's kind of it. Looking at the long-term forecast, we're going to be above average for warm temperatures and for precip in the next week, and then near normal temperatures when that system comes through with continued moisture. And then the second to third week of June, we're going to be above a normal with below average temperature or below normal precip.